Parker.
Here.
Balich.
Here.
Berkowitz.
Here.
Dean Schlottman. Freeman. Mueller. Pretzel.
Here.
Richmond. Trinier.
Present.
Van Dyne. Williams. Ogalla.
Here,
You have a quorum.
thank you. Today we have approval of minutes. So, item number 1 is the Will County Committee of the Whole Informational Meeting from May 21st, 2024. Can I get a motion?
Motion Berkowitz.
Motion Berkowitz, second Richmond. Oh, roll call. There's our state's attorney.
I have a question. I know that one of our caucus members reviewed a number of these minute packets extensively and sent in some corrections. I didn't see anything to indicate that those corrections had added.
So the corrections, so if we're going to amend the minutes, then you need to make a motion to amend the minutes.
I don't know specifically, because my thing had to reboot here, which ones that she sent. Find them. I believe she sent those to Terry and Kim.
Yep.
They could certainly answer that question.
Well, I can't make a motion nor can Terry, so.
No, but you can answer the question. Were they?
They,
uh,
they-
sent
They were not-
you got
Sent,
sent. Yep.
and they were shared with the entire board.
Oh, no, this morning?
Nope, yesterday.
Huh. I don't think I have. Did it come from you?
Okay.
It says, Micah, I will share these proposed changes with the board for review, but then I
Scroll
have.
down, they're right there underneath that.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I did not see that. Get her changes into the record. May 21st, which is the one I think we're on right now. Under county board salary number 2, my comments were comparison of Champaign County to Will County in the salary section before the verbiage Miss Ogalla covered differences in. And my comments that the difference between Champaign and us is very different as a median salary, housing, and cost of living. The chairs also voted on countywide and their pensions are also different. All of that was missing from the minutes.
Okay, so are you making a motion to include that?
To include that change.
Original.
There is no previous rule.
No previous role yet.
Go ahead, Steve. Wait, Steve. Okay, okay, he's changed
Okay,
his
any
mind.
further discussion? Roll call.
This is for the amended.
Yep,
For May
for the amended,
21st, Committee of the Whole.
for the amended
Parker?
committee of the whole.
Balich.
Yes.
Berkowitz. Pretzel.
Yes.
Richmond.
No.
Trinier.
Yes.
Frankie's is a no.
Okay. Trinier.
Yes.
Williams. Ogalla.
No.
Bear with me. 1, 2. Who's 9 at? Four? I'm missing someone. Excuse me for a second.
I don't think it's this point now.
Okay, it's a tie, 4-4, so the motion fails.
So now you need to vote on the
It would make it,
original minutes.
right. So I need a motion to vote on the minutes as originally stated. Motion ballot,
Second.
second Berkowitz. Yes. But wait. I forgot.
So for the amending of minutes, I was told that if somebody wanted to add something to the minutes, that it would be added, and yet we're not doing that. So how does that work?
So for me, I do not know that the chair is voted on countywide down in Champaign County as a fact, and I'm not gonna approve that, so.
That's not the
Oh,
question.
They're under the county executive form of government, so.
So the chair, but the chair, our chair is not voted under county executive form of
Speaking
government.
Of
their
Champaign
chair,
County.
which is the executive.
Not in Champaign.
They have a county board chair. They have executive and a county
But
board
I
chair.
was speaking of their executive being.
But it says you said their chair.
Well,
Okay.
but regardless.
But that's not my question.
Right, Sherry, to answer your question,
Mhm,
Micah did send in these changes
mhm,
yesterday afternoon at 3:30, or, yeah, 3:29.
mhm.
There was not sufficient time to even review any of them to make even the corrections in regard to grammatics that she wanted. I discussed that with her and advised her that she would need to make the motions today because of the fact that we were not able to review any of that yesterday prior to. So the week before, when she had the change about something that was grammatically incorrect, we had an opportunity to go back, listen to the audio recording, and we made an amended change prior to that. But she still had to come in and make a motion on the other things she wanted done.
So if I want something added, it has to be approved before it can be added.
It has to be by motion, yes.
Because that's not what we had discussed. We're talking about summarizing and saying that we don't. And I asked this question at the last meeting. So if I want to say something that, since we're not doing it verbatim, and I want it to be verbatim, I was told that it could, all I had to do was say it and it could go into the record. So that's not the case.
What I recall that I said was that it would need to be presented in writing with a motion so that staff would have it exactly the way that you wanted it amended.
But now you're saying that's not good enough. You have
No.
to review it first.
That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that if you have a motion to amend and you need to present that in writing so staff knows exactly what you're asking for, and it still needs to be voted on by the committee. Staff does not make an executive decision to change the minutes.
And they shouldn't do that.
Right. So anytime you do ask if if there's any additions or corrections to the minutes, that's not the case here, right? That's Robert's Rules of Order. So is that not the case here?
Well, no, like I said, no one had the opportunity to go.
But
and
even if they
verify.
don't, if I'm coming to the meeting and I ask for additions or corrections to the minutes, I'm at the meeting, that then would be added or corrected, right?
And there was a motion, the motion was voted on, and the motion was a tie, so therefore it did not pass, so there is no amendment. Is that correct, Mr. Myers?
Kevin, why don't you just sit there just to push your button so I know which mic is yours.
Oh,
Oh, somebody else had their mic. Oh. I didn't have Sherry's on, maybe.
So just like anything else, I guess it's helpful to think about the minutes that are presented to you are just what staff has surmised from listening to the recordings. You're presented with what staff believes to be the minutes. If you as an individual member believe there is something that's wrong, it does need to go through the typical voting process, because if we just allowed members to say, I never said that, there could be scenarios where the minutes are wholly incorrect because somebody wants to change history, change their understanding of it. The purpose of voting on it and having it as motion is so that we can keep an accurate reflection of the minutes. If, at the full county board, if only two members believe something and the others believe it's not to be true, obviously that's why we vote, to make sure that the record is accurate.
And I understand that, but this isn't the full county board. This is executive committee. So that the
Well,
full county
the-
board wouldn't
the-
have the opportunity to see what to vote on this.
The purpose remains the same, though. If only one member wants to change minutes and everyone else disagrees with that change, it's no different than a simple resolution.
And I understand that. But what I'm saying is this is not the full county board.
Correct, but you can't advance any motions without, or any items without concurrence.
Minutes are the minutes. It is for the full board.
these
Well,
are
the
the
minutes-
executive
right.
committee minutes only, so the full board
It's not
never
the full
votes on them,
votes on it.
only the executive
Just
committee.
like finance and legislative, they voted it there.
I think that there's something else going on here. I don't know what it is, but we all know that there's something else. So I'm sorry.
Jackie, you're on.
There is definitely something going on here that we're not aware of. But I want to state for the record that I believe the rush to approve these minutes and this impromptu meeting was because there was a complaint filed of a violation of the Open Meetings Act, because we have been consistently 6 months behind on meeting minutes of all kinds in every committee. And all of a sudden, this rush to pass everything calling special meetings just to get them on the record. And I'm sure you'll probably delete this from the minutes too. But am I correct that you have, your office has counseled the county board chair that we are behind in the meeting minutes, that they are supposed to be completed within 30 days?
This isn't.
But you're not taking our amendment. You're saying you had to have time to review the tape. This
Mostly for
last minute.
grammatical errors.
There's a whole bunch of them here. You saw the email from Micah and you're stating that the staff needed to review the type and you didn't have time because you got her corrections at 3:29. We got the
Jackie,
notice of
but
this meeting on
saying
Friday
that-
afternoon. We don't have meetings during this week of the month. This was not a planned scheduled meeting, as evidenced by the lack of attendance here today.
This was recommended by the state's attorney's office. So if you have issue with that, discuss it with
Why
Mary
was it
Tatro.
recommended?
Look, Kevin.
Poor Kevin's in the middle of it,
You
but
would know.
No,
Yeah.
no. And I don't mean to not answer your question. We walk a fine line on specific issues. I don't want to waive, should there be any issues, any
Yeah.
attorney-client privilege. But as a general matter, the county board needs to approve their minutes in a timely manner.
And what is considered timely?
I believe the state statute requires it to be at the following meeting, but I would have to look that up.
And
the
we've
second.
got meeting minutes going back to March here on the agenda today.
that's why we're getting them done.
Yep,
Want to make sure that gets into the minutes.
it's a known fact. So,
It's part of the agenda.
so where are we, Chair?
Okay, so we need a roll call.
For the committee of the whole.
Okay.
Parker,
This is.
The original.
for the original motion to approve.
Yes.
Yes.
Parker's yes.
Yes.
Balich,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Richmond,
Yes.
Trinier,
No?
Williams,
No.
Ogalla,
Yes.
motion passes.
Thank you. Next, we have the Will County Executive Committee minutes from May 7th. Can I get motion?
Second.
Motion, Balich, second. Parker.
March
She said
7th.
May.
March 7th,
March 7th.
March 7th. It's March 7th. Did I say May? Sorry, March 7th. I thought I said March 7th.
We have previous from Frankie.
Previous from Frankie. Do we have a second?
But there aren't,
Syrian,
there weren't any even,
I'll still be a no.
Sharon's a yes.
Sure.
Yeah,
say
he's a
yes,
no.
okay.
okay, next, oh. I gotta wait, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, whenever your
Motion passes.
motion passes.
Yeah. Okay, next, moving on to the meeting minutes from the Executive Committee meeting, March 14th. Can I get a motion? Motion Berkowitz, second Balish. But Jackie has a question.
There are 4 items on here that were submitted by board member.
Here's the thing, Jackie.
And
if-
one of them specifically speaks about Mr. Piles reading something into the record. If it's not in the minutes, how is it read into a record? What record would there be if you don't put it in the minutes?
I can,
Go ahead.
I believe that it is in the minutes. We took, Sandy did these minutes. She took the actual letter that Scott
Right.
Um,
And it's-
read and attached it to the minutes.
Micah did not find it attached to the minutes.
We can keep discussing what Micah did or did not find, but she's not. here.
Did not hear. right?
Again, this is not a meeting that we normally have and people have.
Again, Jackie, Mike is not here to make these motions.
They would be in the agenda packet,
So they're
not in
not
the actual.
included
not-
in the minutes that we review.
Well, they are attached
No,
to the
it's not
packet.
here,
That's the way, that's our,
but
that's
it's
the way
not
we.
here.
Yeah, I
I'm looking
understand.
at it.
I
Okay,
understand.
so.
And not only is it not here, but we didn't even have the time that the meeting ended.
Do you have a motion, Jackie?
I'd like to make a motion that the minutes reflect the time that the meeting ended.
What time?
And that Mr.
What-
Pyle's record, comments be included in the final record.
What time did the meeting end? What
I
would you
have
like
no
to
idea.
reflect?
I don't know.
So
It's
you,
missing.
you don't have a motion to include a time.
Then maybe we shouldn't be passing these minutes until we have the time.
The question is whether or not you have a specific motion to amend
I
to
have a
include the
motion to
time.
amend to include Mr. Pyle's comments.
So just Mr. Pyle's comments. Okay.
Oh, that's my first one.
So is there a second to that?
Second.
Roll call?
Parker,
Yes.
Batlich,
No.
Berkowitz,
Change your roll now.
Pretzel, Richmond,
No.
Trinier,
No.
No.
Williams, Ogala,
No.
motion fails.
Now we go back to the original meeting minutes for March 14th. We have a motion already on
We
that.
do have a
We
motion.
have a motion and a second. Do you want a roll call?
We have to have,
Roll
yeah.
call, please.
Parker,
What is this?
For the original meeting minutes of March 14th. without-
Batlich,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Richmond.
Yes.
Trinier,
Left the meeting at
9:20.
9:26.
9:23, but.
Oh.
Williams?
9:23.
Ogala,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, you're next to number
Go
4.
ahead.
Okay, number 4.
Yep.
Will County Executive Committee meeting minutes from April 4th. Can I get a motion?
Motion, Parker.
Second Ballich,
Previous
previous Richmond, second Berkowitz.
Is Sherry a yes or a no on that?
I don't know. What was she in the last one?
She was a no, and I'm just asking if
okay.
it is to. Okay, thank you.
Okay, all in favor? Motion carries. Number 6, Will County, so did I. Will County Executive
Number
Committee.
5.
Why am I ahead of myself? Checking off too soon. Will County Executive Committee minutes from April 12th. Can I get a motion?
Motion, Bob.
Motion ballot, second Berkowitz, previous Pretzel, second Richmond. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, Will County Executive Committee minutes from May 2nd. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion Berkowitz,
Second.
second Balish,
Previous roll.
previous Pretzel, second Richmond. Sherry's a no. Motion still passes.
Okay, yes.
Number 7 is the Will County Executive Committee minutes from May 9th. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Katie's here at 9:25.
Previous roll.
Previous roll Pretzel,
Second.
second Barker. We can, oh, we need a roll call. Sorry, we'll do a roll call.
This is for May 9th.
Correct.
This is minutes from May.
Parker, Balich,
Yes.
Berkowitz,
Yes.
Dean Schlottman,
Yes.
Pretzel,
Yes.
Richmond, Williams,
Yes.
Ogala,
Yes.
motion passes.
Item number 8, Will County Executive Committee meeting minutes from June 6th. Can I get a motion?
Motion.
Motion Berkowitz, second Balich,
Previous Richmond.
previous Richmond,
Second.
second Dean Schlottman, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. My number 8, right? Off today.
No, just did June 6th.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
June.
Number 9 is the Executive Committee meeting minutes from June 13th. Can I get a motion?
Motion, Bob.
Motion ballot, second Berkowitz,
Previous Richmond.
previous Richmond,
Second.
second Dean Schlottman, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. I don't have any old business. Any new business? Don't have any new business. Public comments? Do we have any public comments?
No.
Any public comments?
This is when I can speak, but I I have something to say.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you're on now.
Okay, I'm not sure, as I said, what's going on here, but it's obvious to me that there's something that's going on with these minutes. I understand that we were behind and we need to catch up, so that's great. But if there are amendments to the minutes that need to be made, I think that just shooing stuff in like this is not the way to go. Because we all should remember, things change and sometimes it could be the other way. And that's not the way that you would want it to go either. If we're gonna do it, let's do it right, or else don't do it at all. So let's do it right. This was not right, and everybody knows it. They're sitting here. It was not. If there's some questions about it, those questions should have been answered, and they were not. The email was sent to everybody. So this is not the way to do this, and moving forward, I will keep that in mind.
And Sherry, I just want to say one thing is the fact that Micah wasn't here to make any motions. She sent an email, but we can't make we can't make amendments from the emails. We should be making them correctly from motions made on the floor. And there were some motions made, but some of the motions were just read. They weren't a motion. She just read it. She didn't make a motion.
I'll write it down and read it. but
So now you have to say, I make a motion.
she did say she did. That's why I was wondering. Let's not go.
Okay, announcements and reports by the chair. The only thing that I'd like to say is, I hope both your caucuses had the time to discuss the ARPA dollars. The executive has given us some suggestions for how to spend the dollars that are being returned. We'll be bringing that forward so there can be more discussion on that in the future here. I think like 434,000 that got returned to us. So those dollars can be spent or we can send them back to the federal government, whatever we choose. That is really all I have for my announcements and reports. We don't have an executive session, no executive session. So the next meeting will be held, says Thursday, July 3rd, but that is not true. That is Wednesday, July 3rd, because Thursday is July 4th. And everyone will be celebrating the 4th of July. Can I get a motion to adjourn? Motion. Pretzel? Second Berkowitz? Okay, all in favor? Okay, thank you.
Okay.